The crystal chandelier above table 7 had witnessed 1,000 tantrums, but none quite like this. Maya Chen stood frozen as a porcelain teacup shattered against the marble floor. The delicate china exploded into ivory shards, Earl Grey tea spreading across the polished surface. "I said I wanted jasmine tea, not this garbage." The voice belonged to a young woman draped in cream Chanel. Her dark hair fell in perfect waves, and her brown eyes blazed with something that looked less like anger and more like desperation. Sienna Ashford, daughter of billionaire Richard Ashford, heiress to $12 billion. And the reason Luminaire had lost 6 servers in 2 months. "My apologies, Miss Ashford," Maya said steadily. She didn't bend to clean the mess. Instead, she looked directly into Sienna's eyes. That must have been frustrating, to ask for something specific and receive something different. The restaurant seemed to inhale. Gerald, her manager, had gone pale. Sienna's hand stopped mid-air. Her eyes narrowed, searching Maya's face for sarcasm, for fear. She found neither. "What did you just say to me?" Maya knelt, collecting the shards. "I said that must be frustrating. I'll bring you jasmine tea. Would you prefer silver needle or dragon pearl?" For a heartbeat, something flickered across Sienna's face. Surprise, perhaps, maybe relief. Then the mask slammed back down. "Dragon pearl. And don't take all day." Maya prepared the tea herself, ensuring perfect temperature, steeping time. She added candied ginger. When she returned, Sienna was typing furiously, her jaw clenched. Maya noticed the tremor in her hands, the too quick breathing. "Dragon pearl jasmine tea, steeped for 3 minutes at 175 degrees. I also brought candied ginger to complement the floral notes." Sienna's fingers stopped. She stared at the tea service. "How did you know about the ginger?" "I didn't. But jasmine can be delicate on its own. The ginger adds dimension." Sienna set her phone down. "What's your name?" "Maya. Maya Chen." "Well, Maya Chen, you're either very brave or very stupid." Maya smiled. "My best friend says I'm both." For the first time, Sienna smiled back. Tiny. Barely there, but real. "The tea is acceptable. Tell the kitchen they did well." "I will." "Thank you, Miss Ashford." As Maya walked away, Gerald looked stunned. "I don't know what you did, but she didn't throw anything else. That's a record." Maya changed out of her uniform and stepped into the cool Manhattan evening. She was halfway down the block when she heard a voice. "Maya Chen." A man in a black suit stood beside a Bentley. "Miss Ashford would like to speak with you." Through the tinted window, Maya could just make out a silhouette. Every instinct told her to walk away. But she'd never been good at listening to the sensible voice. She walked to the car. The driver opened the door. Inside, Sienna sat perfectly composed. "Get in. I have a proposition for you." Maya hesitated. "What kind of proposition?" Sienna's smile was sharp. "The kind that will either save my life or destroy yours. Possibly both. What would you do if someone from a completely different world offered you a life-changing opportunity? Take the risk or walk away. Drop your thoughts below." Maya slid into the Bentley. Up close, Sienna was even more striking, but Maya noticed the shadows under her eyes, the tightness around her mouth. "You're not afraid of me," Sienna said. "Should I be?" "Everyone else is." "I don't want anything from you, Miss Ashford." "Liar. Everyone wants something." Sienna poured whiskey. "My father is dying. He's given me an ultimatum. In 6 weeks there's a gala. He wants me to prove I'm capable of taking over the company by showing up with someone who can manage me." Understanding dawned. "You want me to pretend?" "Not pretend. You were real today. You saw me having a tantrum and treated me like a human being. 6 weeks. You'll move into my penthouse, attend events with me. In return, $200,000. The number hit like a physical blow. Her mother's medical bills, law school, everything. Why me? I've tried everyone else. They all failed because I made them fail. But when you looked at me today, I didn't want to destroy you." Maya thought of her mother, of Columbia law, of dreams packed away. "What happened to you?" Sienna's expression shuttered. "That's not part of the arrangement." "Then there is no arrangement." If you want genuine, it goes both ways. Sienna was quiet. Then, my mother died when I was 17. Car accident. She was rushing because I'd called crying from a party. My father blamed me. Never said it, but I could see it. He threw himself into work. I threw myself into everything else. That wasn't your fault, wasn't it? I spent 5 years proving him right, and now he's dying, and this is my last chance to be someone he could be proud of. Maya understood. I have conditions. I work at Cedar Grove twice a week. I visit my mother every Sunday, and we're honest with each other. You're actually considering this. I'm insane, apparently. Sienna smiled wider. When can you start? 1 week. Sienna extended her hand. Do we have a deal, Maya Chen? Maya took it. We have a deal. The next morning, James picked Maya up. The Bentley drove to a gleaming glass tower. An elevator rose to a penthouse with floor-to-ceiling windows offering panoramic views. Modern, expensive, strangely impersonal. Sienna emerged in jeans and a silk blouse, barefoot. Welcome to your prison for 6 weeks. It's beautiful. It's empty. But maybe it won't be now that you're here. Their eyes met, and Maya felt that electric current again. She'd just stepped into Sienna Ashford's world. She had no idea if she'd ever find her way back out. Sienna showed Maya to a bedroom larger than her entire apartment. The closet was stocked with designer clothes. I took the liberty of preparing some things. Tomorrow night, we're attending a charity auction at the Met. You'll meet my father. These people can smell discount fabric and use it to dismiss you. Is that what this is about? Playing dress-up? It's about survival. My world is cruel. Sienna pulled up articles on her laptop. Photos of Sienna stumbling from clubs, throwing drinks. Headlines. Ashford heiress meltdown. Billion-dollar brat. They're not wrong. I did all those things. I'm in therapy now 3 times a week. I'm trying, but my father doesn't believe people can change. What triggered it today? Sienna walked to the window. I'd gotten off the phone with my father's doctor. He has 6 months, maybe less. And my father's response was to schedule a meeting about my readiness to take over. Just business. So you threw a teacup. And then you showed up and treated me like a person, and I didn't know what to do with that. Tomorrow night, what should I expect? Sharks in evening gowns. My father will test you. Others will smile while cataloguing every flaw. Sounds delightful. It's hell, but if we convince them I'm stable enough to maintain a relationship, he'll give me a chance. The air between them felt charged. We should establish boundaries. Physical affection, what's expected. Hand-holding in public. Maybe my arm around your waist. Nothing more unless you're comfortable. And in private? In private, we're just 2 people trying not to drive each other crazy. Sienna smiled. Though I should warn you, I'll probably be difficult. I've noticed. And you'll probably want to quit. Probably. But I won't. Why not? Because underneath all that armor you're trying. And I think that's worth something. Sienna looked away, emotion flashing across her face. You should rest. Tomorrow will be exhausting. The stylist transformed Maya. The midnight blue dress made her look like she belonged in Sienna's world. Back at the penthouse, Sienna's expression shifted when she saw her. You look stunning. They rehearsed their story until it felt natural. You're a quick study, Sienna observed. Law school doesn't wait for slow learners. You really want to be a lawyer. I want to help people who can't help themselves. You're going to be a problem for me. You make me want to be better. In the car, Sienna was silent, hands trembling. Maya took her hand. We've got this. Why are you being so kind to me? Because you need kindness. And because I think you're worth it. You barely know me. Then I guess I'm a good judge of character. Or completely delusional. Probably the latter. But Sienna didn't pull away. The Met blazed with light, photographers everywhere. Smile, Sienna murmured. And whatever happens, don't let go of my hand. Inside, Richard Ashford stood near the bar, silver-haired and imposing, watching with complete indifference. Father, I'd like you to meet Maya Chen. Richard's gaze swept over Maya, dismissing. A waitress, I'm told. A Columbia law student taking time to care for her sick mother, Sienna corrected. How long do you think this one will last, Sienna? 2 weeks? That's enough. Maya stepped forward. With all due respect, Mr. Ashford, your daughter is one of the bravest people I've ever met. And if you can't see that, the problem isn't hers. Silence. Richard stared, then smiled coldly. Interesting. We'll see if you're still defending her in 6 weeks. As he walked away, Sienna laughed genuinely. You just told off one of the most powerful men in America. That was incredible. The rest of the gala passed in scrutiny. Victoria Sterling, a board member, approached with thinly veiled hostility. Columbia law, I hear. How ambitious. What does your family do? My mother was a teacher. She taught me that character matters more than pedigree. Victoria's smile tightened. How quaint. When Victoria pulled Sienna away, 3 women descended on Maya, sharp-eyed and cruel. You're the one who's tamed the dragon? You must know this won't last. Sienna goes through companions like tissues. By the time Sienna returned, Maya felt exhausted. What did they say? They told me about your exes, about how this won't last. Is it true? Yes, I have a pattern of pushing people away. Are you having second thoughts? No, but I think we need to talk. Back at the penthouse, they sat on the balcony with wine. Marcus was a mistake. I knew he was using me, but I didn't care. The others were different versions of the same story. I pick people I know won't stay. Except you're still disappointed in yourself. My mom used to say the bravest thing we can do is let people see us. Really see us. I'm trying now. With you. Maya felt her pulse quicken. I know this is just business, but it doesn't feel like just business anymore. What does it feel like? Like friendship. Maybe. I don't know how to be friends with people. Then we'll figure it out together. Tell me about your mother. Maya smiled. Brilliant. Funny. She taught English literature for 30 years. Early onset Alzheimer's, diagnosed 3 years ago. Some days she knows me. Some days I'm a stranger. You're extraordinary, Maya Chen. I'm just doing what anyone would do. No. You're doing what good people do. The next 3 weeks fell into rhythm. Days filled with events, nights talking until dawn. Maya learned Sienna loved old movies, played piano beautifully, had nightmares about her mother. Sienna learned Maya stress-baked at 3 a.m., wanted to be a civil rights lawyer, sang off-key without embarrassment. Somewhere in the learning, something shifted. During a gallery opening, someone spilled wine on Maya's dress. Before she could react, Sienna was there, hands checking for injury with unexpected tenderness. Are you okay? I'm fine. Sienna led her to a bathroom. I'm having Chen send a new dress. You looked beautiful and now you're uncomfortable, and I don't like when you're uncomfortable. Why? Because I care about you. More than I should. That night, Maya found Sienna on the balcony. What happens after the 6 weeks? Sienna tensed. You get your money. You go back to your life. And us? There is no us, Maya. The words stung. Right. I didn't mean it like that. I can't ask you to stay in this world. It would destroy you. Shouldn't I get to decide that? No, because I hurt everyone who gets close. Or maybe you've just never let anyone close enough to prove you wrong. Don't care about me. Don't see past my walls. This stopped feeling like pretend weeks ago. Sienna stood. You don't know what you're saying. I know exactly what I'm saying. Then what is it? Because it can't be what I think. Why not? Because I'll ruin it. I ruin everything good. And you're too important to let me destroy. What if I'm willing to take that risk? I'm not. I can't. She disappeared inside, leaving Maya alone. The next morning, Sienna was cold, distant. The walls were back up. Maya realized falling for Sienna Ashford might be the biggest mistake of her life. 2 days of silence. Then Maya visited Cedar Grove. Mrs. Patterson smiled. You look sad, dear. Girl trouble? Yes. Does she know you love her? Maya stopped. Did she? It's complicated. Love usually is. When Maya returned, Richard Ashford was waiting. "Sit. You've lasted 3 weeks. Impressive." He pulled out an envelope. "Here's 300,000. Walk away now." Maya stared. 300,000. Everything she needed. Why? "Because my daughter needs to learn that people leave. That trust is a liability. You know you don't belong here. Save yourself the heartbreak." "What if I don't want to leave?" "Then you're a fool. Sienna will hurt you. It's her nature." "No, it's what you taught her." Richard's expression hardened. "When this falls apart, you'll wish you'd taken the money." He left the envelope and walked out. Maya found Sienna in her office. "Your father was here. He offered me 300,000 to leave." Sienna went pale. "And?" "I told him no." "Why? Why turn down more money to stay with someone who's been avoiding you?" "Because I'm not staying for the money anymore." "Then why?" "Because these 3 weeks have been the most real thing I've experienced in years. Because when you smile, it feels like the sun coming out." Sienna's eyes glistened. "Maya, I can't. I'm falling for you, Sienna, and I know that's not part of the deal, but I don't know how to stop." "Don't say that." "Why not?" "It's true. Because if you say it, I have to admit I'm falling for you too, and then I have to face losing the first person who's really seen me in 5 years." The confession hung between them. "Then don't lose me. Ask me to stay." "I can't because I hurt people. I'm damaged and I will destroy this." "You don't get to decide that for me." "What if I want you anyway?" Sienna looked at her with such longing. "Then you're an idiot." "But I'm your idiot." Sienna's phone rang. She answered, and her face went white. "It's the hospital. My father collapsed. I'm coming with you." At the hospital, Richard lay in ICU. Sienna stood at the window, unable to enter. "You should go in." "And say what?" "Tell him the truth." Sienna walked in. Maya watched as Sienna sat beside her father, saw her shoulders shake, saw her take his hand. 20 minutes later, Sienna emerged, eyes red. "He's stable. Can we go home?" In the car, Sienna broke. Great sobs. Maya held her. "I told him everything. About Mom, about hating myself, about being terrified I'm unlovable." "What did he say?" "Nothing. He's unconscious. But I needed to say it." Back at the penthouse, they sat on the balcony. "Thank you for coming tonight. For turning down the money. For everything. You don't have to thank me." "What if I asked you to stay? After the 6 weeks? Is that what you're doing?" "Maybe. I'm terrified." "Of what?" "Of hoping." "Then let me hope for both of us." Sienna met her eyes, fear and longing. Walls crumbling. Her phone rang. "The hospital," she answered. "Thank you." She looked at Maya. "He's awake, asking for me." "I'll come." "No, this I need to do alone." Sienna cupped Maya's face. "But wait for me?" "Always." "What's the bravest choice you've ever made for someone you cared about? Share your story below." Sienna didn't return that night, or the next morning. At noon, James appeared. "Miss Chen, I'm to take you to your apartment. Miss Ashford's orders. She said to tell you thank you for everything." "Thank you." Like an ending. Back in Queens, Priya found Maya staring at nothing. "What happened?" "She sent me away. Just ended it." Maya checked her account. 200,000, as promised. Her phone rang. "Miss Chen?" "Robert Carr, Richard Ashford's attorney. Mr. Ashford wants to meet you tomorrow. It concerns Miss Sienna." Richard was pale but commanding. "Sit. My daughter said she's in love with you, and that's why she sent you away." Maya's heart stopped. "She believes she destroys everything good. I spent 5 years teaching her that." "I'm dying, Miss Chen. I'd like to do one decent thing before I go. Help my daughter. The gala is in 1 week. If she doesn't attend, the board removes her. She won't see me either, but she might see you." Maya tried everything. Blocked. Security wouldn't let her up. She visited her mother. "Today was a good day. You look terrible." "Girl trouble?" She pushed me away. "And what do you say?" "That she's worth fighting for." "Then fight. Love isn't about being perfect, it's about choosing each other anyway. Maya called James. Get me into the penthouse, tonight. At midnight, James let her in. The penthouse was dark. Sienna sat on the balcony, wrapped in a blanket. You shouldn't be here. Too bad. I'm here anyway. Maya, please. Just go. Not until you tell me the real reason. Sienna looked at her, eyes haunted. Everyone leaves. Everyone dies or disappoints or just goes. I can't survive losing you too. You don't know that you will? I don't know that I won't. And that uncertainty is killing me. Maya took her hand. I can't promise forever, but I can promise that right now I'm choosing you, and I'll keep choosing you every day for as long as you'll let me. That's not enough. It's all anyone can offer. Love is risk. But what if we're extraordinary? Sienna was crying. I love you. It terrifies me. I love you too. Sienna kissed her, desperate and tender and real. When they pulled apart, Sienna smiled through tears. The gala is in 4 days. Will you come? Not as an arrangement. As my girlfriend? I thought you'd never ask. The next 4 days were a whirlwind. Sienna met with her father, a real conversation where he apologized, where she cried, where they began healing. Thank you for not giving up on her, Richard said to Maya. I love her. I know, take care of my daughter. Always. The night before the gala, Sienna was nervous. What if I mess up? Maya cupped her face. Then we handle it together. But you won't. You're ready. How do you know? Because I've watched you become yourself, the real you, strong, compassionate, brilliant. They arrived at the gala together, hands intertwined. Cameras went wild. Inside, Richard appeared, standing with difficulty. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce the new director of the Ashford Foundation, my daughter Sienna. Applause erupted. Sienna took the microphone. For years, I've been exactly what you expected, a disaster, but someone showed me that we're more than our worst moments. We're also our courage to change, our willingness to try, our capacity to love. She outlined her vision, mental health initiatives, support for families dealing with loss. The applause was thunderous. Afterward, Victoria Sterling approached. That was impressive, Sienna. And Miss Chen, I apologize for my rudeness. You're clearly good for her. She's good for me too. On the balcony later, Sienna pulled Maya close. We did it. You did it. Move in with me, for real, not an arrangement, just us. What about Priya? Bring her too. This place is huge and lonely. Maya laughed. Yes, I'll move in. And law school? Deferred. I want to work with the foundation. Help build what you're creating. I love you, Maya Chen. I love you too. 3 months later, the Ashford Foundation launched its first mental health center in Queens. Maya stood beside Sienna at the ribbon cutting. Her mother was there, beaming. You did this, Maya whispered. We did this. The center was just the beginning. Under Sienna's leadership, the foundation transformed, creating real change. But not everything was perfect. Sienna still had bad days. One night, after a brutal board meeting, Sienna came home withdrawn. I can't do this. They're right. I'm not qualified. That's fear talking, not truth. What if I'm just fooling myself? Maya took her hands. You know what I see? Someone who shows up every day, even when it's hard. Someone who turns pain into purpose. What if it's not enough? It is. You are. And on the days you forget, I'll remind you. Sienna cried against her shoulder. I don't know what I did to deserve you. You don't have to deserve love. You just have to accept it. Richard's health declined through winter. He spent his final weeks working with Sienna, finally being the father she'd needed. On a cold February morning, he passed peacefully, Sienna holding his hand. I'm sorry, were his last words, for all of it. But I'm so proud of who you've become. I love you, Dad. I know. I love you too. That night, broken and grieving, Sienna fell apart in Maya's arms. He's gone. We never had enough time. You had what you needed. Forgiveness, love, peace. It hurts so much. I know. But you're not alone. Not anymore. Spring brought new beginnings. The foundation flourished, expanding to 3 more centers. Sienna was featured in Forbes not as billion-dollar brat, but as the heiress who changed everything. Maya enrolled in Columbia Law part-time while working with the foundation. Priya moved into the penthouse and filled it with laughter and life. This place needed life, Sienna admitted. You just needed family, Maya corrected. I have that now. I have you. On their 6-month anniversary, Sienna took Maya back to Luminaire, to table 7. Remember when you threw that cup? Maya teased. I was testing you. You were having a tantrum. That too, but you saw past it. After dinner, Sienna led her to the balcony, overlooking the city. Maya Chen, 6 months ago, you walked into my chaos and didn't run. You showed me I was worth saving, worth loving, worth the risk. I know it's fast, but I know I want to spend my life with you. She pulled out a small box. Maya's breath caught. This isn't a proposal, not yet. This is a promise that I choose you, every day, for as long as you'll have me. She opened the box, revealing a delicate ring. Will you wear this? Maya's eyes filled with tears. Yes, absolutely yes. Sienna slipped the ring on, and they kissed as the city sparkled below. I love you. I love you too. Thank you for not handling me, for just loving me. That's the only way I know how. 1 year later, Maya stood in the newest foundation center in the Bronx. Her mother sat in the front row, having more good days now. Sienna addressed the crowd. Mental health isn't weakness, it's human, and everyone deserves support, dignity, and hope. The applause was deafening. After, Maya's mother hugged Sienna. You're good for my daughter. She's everything to me. I know. I see how you look at her, like she hung the moon. She did. That evening, Priya announced she was moving in with her girlfriend. Finally, I'm so happy for you. You sure you'll be okay without me? She's got me, Sienna said. That's what I'm worried about. You two are disgustingly in love. Completely disgusting, Maya agreed. After Priya left, Sienna pulled Maya onto the balcony. I have something to ask you. Sienna knelt, pulling out a ring box. Maya Chen, you walked into my life when I was drowning and taught me how to breathe again. You saw past the tabloids to the person I was terrified to be. You showed me that love isn't weakness, it's the bravest thing we do. I'm still difficult. I still have bad days. But with you, I'm learning that imperfect is enough. That I'm enough. Will you marry me? Will you choose me every day for the rest of our lives? Yes. Maya pulled her up, kissing her through tears. Yes, yes, 1,000 times yes. Sienna slipped the ring on. I love you. I love you too. 6 months later, they married in a small ceremony. Gerald catered. Mrs. Chen cried happy tears. Richard's empty chair was decorated with flowers. Victoria attended. Now a foundation board member and unlikely friend. Priya was maid of honor, crying harder than anyone. As Sienna and Maya exchanged vows, the words were simple but profound. I choose you. In chaos and calm, in darkness and light, always. When they kissed, the gathering erupted in applause. Later, on their honeymoon in Santorini, they sat watching the sunset. Do you ever regret it? Sienna asked. Walking into that car, saying yes? Never. Not once. Even though I was impossible? You were never impossible, just unopened. Like a gift I had to be patient enough to unwrap. Sappy. You love it. I love you. They sat in comfortable silence, waves lapping below. Thank you for seeing me when I couldn't see myself, for staying when everyone else left, for loving me into being someone worth loving. You were always worth it. You just needed someone to prove it. Well, you did, Mrs. Ashford Chen. Mrs. Ashford Chen, Maya repeated, loving the sound. As the sun dipped below the horizon, Maya thought about that day in the restaurant, the thrown teacup, the desperate eyes, how close she'd come to walking away. How the bravest thing she'd ever done was stay. Because love wasn't about handling someone. It wasn't about fixing or saving. It was about seeing someone completely, flaws and all, and choosing them anyway. Sienna had been labeled unhandleable, impossible, beyond help, but Maya had done the impossible. She'd loved her. Simply, completely, courageously. And in doing so, they'd both become whole. "What are you thinking about?" Sienna asked. "That I'd do it all again, every moment. Even the teacup, especially the teacup. It brought me you." Sienna laughed, that bright sound that still made Maya's heart soar. "Here's to teacups, then, and to waitresses who see impossible girls and love them anyway. To us," Maya corrected. "To choosing each other. Always, always," Sienna agreed. And as they kissed, the future spread before them, not perfect, but theirs, built on choice, trust, and a love that had conquered the impossible. What's one impossible thing you'd be willing to try for love? We'd love to hear your story in the comments below.